Radhika.
Yeah, we have. Okay, she's.
I informed her.
She's
Good evening, sir.
meeting room.
Yes, she's here.
Hi, Darinda. How are you?
Good evening, sir. Absolutely fine, sir.
You can start recording and then edit it also.
The recording already started away.
Then edit it also. Then no problem. Just start it. Now I am recording, sir, everything on audio. There is one tool. There is a very good tool. That is Audacity. AUDACITY. You can edit it. You can record it. You can multiple channels are there. You can record many at the same time, at different time. So mix them together. Audacity.
Hello, Radhika. Welcome.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Radhika is a small girl. Yeah, very small. These young girls are very dynamic these days, very fast and quick.
I think you're underestimating yourself. I'm sure you were equally dynamic at that age, right?
Yes, yes. He always tells.
And I wasn't hesitant to say that you are equally dynamic today.
No. But they are miles and miles ahead from us. Yeah. Young boys.
I must say, I learn a lot of softwares or apps from you than anyone else here. Like just now you told about Audacity, something.
Yeah. We can be one-to-one. I have now learned 10 tools. So we can be anytime.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Jitendra. Hello, Vignesh.
Good evening, sir.
Hi, Radhika. Welcome. Good to see you.
Hello, sir. Hi, sir.
Hi, Prabha. Hi, Prabha.
Good evening.
Anil sir, you have put the life in the form now. I really noticed it was just going hayway. You have put
No. I think your people have put up such great performances here and wonderful education that we've gone through.
Thank you. Lot of
Kapil, I think we need to wait another 5 minutes. I think so that our chief mentor Sushil joins in, because there's so much of learning when he's going to share with us.
Good evening.
Someone call him.
who's there? Wow. Vijay sir the great. Welcome.
Vijay sir, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Good.
Hi, Vijay.
I'm feeling very nice today that I have two of my colleagues from the services who are going to be speaking today. So there's it's very it makes me feel very proud when you have your own colleagues on sharing the platform.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Anil sir, we are all at your beck and call. Try to test us. You try to test us. We are all at your beck and call. So Narendraji is also there from defense, no?
Yes, of course. No, I'm talking about two speakers today.
Okay, very good.
Two of the speakers today are
I see.
my colleagues who've been through the same
Yes.
thing, and of course, otherwise I think we've got Kamal sir, Aditya, Jay, Narinder, a whole lot of people from the services back here. Like I said, of course, the majority still remain the engineers. And a lot of engineers in uniform also. See, last time we had some problem with the recording, so we are not able to share the recordings. But this time, hopefully, we've streamlined that and see how best we can say. So, because each one of your talks is worth its weight in gold and for the ladies in diamonds. But I'm sure you'll. These are things which we need to retain for posterity because this fresh ideas and thoughts that are coming out are something very interesting.
My suggestion is 2 people can record. Means, if you make me co-host, I can record the section.
It will be good. Actually, it will be good.
Sweetheart, but you can only record after you finish your talk, or you
I
or you can do it simultaneously. I don't know.
It can be done, sir.
I can start recording now.
can record audio without independent, no issue.
Okay.
Now, I just want to, while we're waiting for Sushil Bhasin to join us, I just want to know that what is your viewpoint on, like I mentioned to some of you in the beginning, that we programmed this till the end of July. That's all the next 3 Tuesdays inclusive. But then there are a whole lot of people who keep sending messages that they love to speak. And I'm sure after the experience of last week and the feedbacks from the mentors, there are a lot more people want to join. So what is your view? Do you think we can afford to extend this, or maybe give her a gap and extend it?
Can I come, sir?
Yes, sir, please.
So we can give a gap, maybe maximum 1 week. So then I think it is better to extend it. So this is my view. So we are already enjoying, and last time the session gave a lot of knowledge and lot of learning, lot of learning.
Okay, Kapil sir, what do you have something to say?
See, I very firmly believe this is the right format that we have started now. So we should continue with it to the extent we can. And also, I would feel that if there is this different type of a session to be conducted, then once we get somebody to do it, then we will, once in a month, we may schedule a different type of session also. But let this be a continuity.
So can we have a show of hands as to how many feel that we should continue with it? Because we have 2 very firm opinions.
We should continue.
Okay, we are on a 50-50.
Continue.
Yeah.
Continue, sir. Continue. Everybody is continuing.
Normally, I ask 3 questions.
Okay.
Who are in favor, say yes. Who are not in favor, say yes. And how many of you will never say yes? So normally I ask those 3 questions.
Very, very dynamic. It's a very good way to get so many yeses.
So reaction method, everybody can just raise their hands to confirm. It will come on record.
One thing which you can do, Anil, is that this itself is a very good format. You have already come out with a very structured format, and you've got a response back from everybody. You could think of it in a different format. You can even go to other formats where some people are able to speak. Otherwise, you can even ask them to record and send you a recording. So that means you even listen to a recording and then also invite them to come and speak. That means you shortlist, so you now, for example, you have already got 4 times, 4 times 4, 16 speakers. I'm not sure. 16 or
21.
21. So you got 21 speakers, and this 21 speakers is taking you almost 6 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks.
5 weeks, yeah.
5 weeks. So another way of shortening it is you ask everyone, send you a video clip of 10 minutes or 5 minutes speech, and they talk at their own level and record it and send it to you, and then you have a panel and you shortlist them, and then all those who are shortlisted then speak. You could do it on a day. You could even do it on a one-day summit where you have everybody, 20 people speaking on one day. For example, there are variations that you can have. They've got pros and cons, but these are ways in which you start cultivating lots of good speakers.
Okay, I think that's a great suggestion. I'll see how I can work it out, and maybe thereafter I'll circulate it for your views. And Kapil sir, if you permit, I think we could start off. And may I just request, while we are Brigadier Pasin may join us later, but I'll request Nara to also assist us with the mentoring today. Because you've already been through the paces, and so Nara, Kamal sir, Kapil will be our three mentors for today. If it's okay with everyone, we can start. Okay, so may I request everybody to first of all mute their speakers. Okay, perfect. So this evening's first speaker is Rahul Patki. Rahul is an engineer by profession and a trainer by heart. He wants to help young minds to grow, get a bigger perspective about life and think bigger. An aspiring grow rich coach where he intends to enlighten his community to grow rich in life in areas like money matters and mind matters. Rahul, I'm very keen to listen to the money matters. Mind wala baad mein dekhenge. Okay, but yeah, his subject for today is think and grow rich. The stage is all yours.
Good evening all. I'm Rahul Patki, and today I'm here to share some of my experience with, especially with books, and in that specifically about think and grow rich. So I'll start with my experience. Few years back, I had privilege of being invited to a business introduction event in Pune only. I attended it in the event in excellent 5-star hotel. And during the event, I had honor of meeting and having one-to-one chat. It's like that time, it was not like a webinar thing, it was seminar. And I had a chat with one of the successful speaker who is from London. So we had a nice chat, and he's like a co-partner with Tony Robbins organization. And I remember being so excited, like it was big thing for me also. And after a few minutes of chatting, somehow the conversation drifted into the books. And he asked me if I read books. So I told him, yes, I do. I do read books whenever possible. Then he asked me, how often you read the books? I told him around 1 or 2 per month. And then he looked straight into my eyes and said, brother, if you really grow in life, if you really want to grow in life, you have to start reading more and more books. I remember asking him what sorts of book I should read to get really grow in life. So he told me a very phenomenal thing. Like he said, reading books alone wasn't enough. He said, read a book and you may remember a few lines, certain topics, a few of these things from that, some context. And eventually over the period of time, you may forget few of the things, most of the thing from that book. Instead, do one thing, use a book and it will change your life forever. What he told me that day had stayed with me forever. It's like till now, I remember those lines. And it made me curious. I asked myself, use a book. There is something difference in that. So I started looking into it, which is the best book to use. So first thing came to my mind, is Bhagavad Gita. But after starting, means like I felt I'm not ready for Bhagavad Gita as of now. That time I'm saying, and I thought I should start with something which is more simpler than that. What is the next thing? So eventually, the next thing came to my mind was Think and Grow Rich, which is very excellent book. Most of you are aware of that and have read it. So what is this book is, it's not one of the get rich quick formula. So, and the funny thing about this book is doesn't actually talk about money. So sorry to disappoint Anil Malik sir, but this doesn't actually talk about making money or investing, maybe about real estate or gold, anything like that. Instead, it talks about mindset, the philosophy, and the principles of wealth creation. So that is the main thing about Think and Grow Rich. So it is like an introduction to personal finance education, and it is like a holistic guide to living a better, rich life. And that's why everyone recommends this book for your self-help success. And here's the thing: this isn't a book that you read like a novel. It's not like a Harry Potter thing. This is a book that you need to actually use. So use thing came in picture here, and you need to use it like a manual. Same like maybe Bhagavad Gita, but this is like a very practical version, you can say. So today we will discuss about one only important takeaway from the Think and Grow Rich. And most of you might be knowing there are 13 topics in Think and Grow Rich. So this is the extract of that. So I like to introduce the one principle from that is failure is no more than a lesson. So might be looking simple, but it is profound thing from the Think and Grow Rich. So what is that? Have you ever failed in something? Yeah, everyone, right? We all have failed at something somewhere, and definitely that is a lesson for you. Think about you when you were a little kid and you were learning how to ride bicycles, right? Riding bicycles, I think 99% have learned in the childhood. Your parent probably helped you out a little, or your uncle, friend, someone might have helped you, but you had learned it all by yourself. You probably failed multiple times, stopped, and then picked yourself up and tried again until you made it. You started riding bicycle in the childhood. So every time you failed, you didn't stay down there, or you didn't left or leaving learning the bicycle. You just got back up and tried again. And same thing, when it comes to any form of failure, this is the exactly same attitude you should have. Dust yourself off and get back at it. So failure is no more than a sign. It's just a sign. You can say a signboard on road, which tells you to go slow or take left or right, etc. It just give you the information. Do you ever afraid of signboards? No, right? They help us reach your destination safely, and that's their work. So let's take example. Maybe you are developing a skill such as closing a deal with the client, your customer, or whoever it is, like, and you are selling high tickets, some like valuable ticket item to them over a phone nowadays, and you are doing your best to get better at it. Okay, one of the client completely in some case rejects you. Obviously this hurts you because you are trying, you are giving best presentation, preparing for presentation, and someone comes and completely rejects you. No, I'm not interested. So obviously that will hurt you. You shouldn't let it, but the thing is, you shouldn't let it affect you. Remember the bicycle example, right? Well, this is exactly the same thing. It only means that you need to improve your skill. Evaluate what went wrong, what you were talking, was that a right time? You were on right time, and like when did you maybe what you told him, maybe you picked up like something. Maybe you mentioned about political party, maybe, and which is he actually belonged to. And you mentioned like, I don't like that party or something, and even that affect your communication. So the takeaway here is don't repeat that same mistakes. Study your past failures, whatever you've gone through. And because failure teaches you something every time. And if you are smart, you will pick up lesson and not repeat it. One more point of view towards failure. This is my point of view. Maybe when I read it. So failure makes it real. Imagine a stock market trader who never lost money in his lifetime. Do you think this can be possible? Or maybe think about a businessman or a cricketer who never lost any deal, businessman, or the cricketer who never got out or never got out of form. So if you say someone tells you or show some movie, something like that, you will reject it. No, this is not possible. And now imagine a story of a trader who initially
Rahul, you have 1 minute to go.
Yes. So yeah, I'm finishing. And suppose a trader with initially he lost his home, lot of things, and after that he now running a big business in trading firm. That is quite acceptable, or you can believe that. Or a wealthy businessman who failed in his first 2 ventures. Maybe you can take a Steve Jobs example. So these are believable, right? And that's the thing about failure. They make the things real, or the people or the audience can believe the thing, your story. And there are always the failures in everyone's life because they are part of the process. And that's the main thing which I'm talking about. Like one takeout from Think and Grow Rich is about failures. Failures are the part of the process. They are not hurdles or something like that. They are signboards. They are kind of your part of the inevitable part of the process. And yes, that's the one of it. Yes, and that is my point. The failures are part of the process.
Thank you, Rahul.
Okay.
Thank you. May I first welcome Brigadier Sushil Pasin. Welcome, sir. Okay. So I'll now request Kamal sir to please comment on it.
Whom told, sir?
Kamal Mehta sir, please.
Yeah, I'm there. Okay. Rahul, it wasn't a very it wasn't, I mean, sorry, it was a very good topic that you chose, and sort of you conveyed the basic message very well. Now, a few points on the delivery part.
Okay.
Your opening could have been slightly better. Could have been more dramatic.
Okay.
Okay. And then you also have this knack of having fillers while you're talking. I wish you can avoid this word like. The number of times you've used the word like as a filler, wherein just for the maintaining the flow. I wish you could avoid that word. And there were a few instances wherein the and a's were there. Whenever you were not remembering a particular thing. Your position on the screen could have been slightly better so that your efforts to make some gestures were noticeable by the audience. I don't think, I mean, if you ever
Okay.
did any gestures during your presentation, I could not see them. So I really do not know. I'm
Okay.
talking of the gestures with your hands.
Yes, I generally do that. So maybe because of the distance between camera and me, it is not visible.
Rahul, we're not looking for, these are not questions being thrown at you to answer. Please absorb what is being told to you. Okay, take a note of it. And these
Okay.
are only meant for your guidance for future talks, right? So,
And a bit on your language or grammar, there were one or two minor errors. One I can remember is that thoughts of books, something like that. I mean, that's a very minor error. Nothing, not very major really at all. But if you improve it, your delivery, your content will be better. Thank you. That's all from my side.
thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Kapilji, may I request your views, please?
Sure. Thank you, sir. First of all, I'll appreciate you for taking this initiative to be speaking at this forum. And certainly, this is a forum where we all can learn, practice, get feedback, and get better in the outside world. So we really appreciate your initiative. And as it's normally said, that any conversation for every 1 minute, you need some preparation. So more you prepare, the better it is. Second thing is there's a structure to every conversation. There's an opening, there's a middle, and there's a closer. And somehow it would be good if you could have maintained more balance between the opening, middle, and the closing. For the first few minutes, I think the opening went little longer than it was ideal, which left you less space for the middle and very less
Okay.
space.
Yeah, I agree.
Pardon?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. So I think overall the topic was very good and you knew the topic very well. So best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kapilji. Nara, may I have you, sir, for beginner Basit, sir, may I welcome you forum. We started off, but I've requested Nara to give his views for the present, but you've heard a part of it, so we'll request you for your views also subsequently.
Nara, can I just go ahead first? Yes. Okay. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Anil. And thank you, Rahul. I think Brigadier will go first.
Yeah, just a minute. Firstly, can somebody help me with the meeting ID number, because I'm stuck for some technology issue. I'm not being able to upload the WhatsApp, so I can't copy the link on my laptop. So if somebody can just give me the meeting ID number, it always, wherever you on your screen on the left, you'll find a green thing. You just click on that, you'll find a meeting ID number. If that can be given to me on WhatsApp, then I can copy that, because I want to come from my phone to the laptop. That is one. Okay. Now, I really couldn't hear. There was something. I could see Rahul speaking, but I couldn't hear him at all. So, but I heard the later part. 2-3 things I want to say to everyone, as Anil also rightly brought out. See, when a feedback is given to you, you have to just say nothing, not even acknowledge. And only in the end, when the feedback is over, you have to only say thank you. You are not here to answer. You are not here to justify. You don't have to explain why you did it. And if you don't agree with the feedback, just lump it. Okay, thank you. I think Shalu has done the job. It's just once again, Shalu, I just lost it. It came and went. 865
1469
1469
7571.
Okay, so I'll be there very soon, but let me finish this. So yeah, I think I'm extremely sorry. I wanted to be there right in the beginning, but there's some technology issue where both my laptops have created a problem. And even now this is going to, okay. There is some issue with the power connection. And yeah, so I'll be there from the second speaker onwards. Let Nara continue with this. I'll be there in about 2-3 minutes, and then I will take on from there. Please continue, Rahul. My apologies for not being able to listen to you. Thank you.
Okay, so Rahul, I will carry on. So I like that. I like the speech. I like the speech which you gave, and I wanted to give some feedback. It was good that you came up with the examples. You had quite a number of examples. You also had a number of takeaways. This is also good. Emphasizing on the takeaways is always good, so that it brings back to the people's mind of what you spoke. I could see that you were trying to engage with the audience, and there were some questions which you were throwing to them. So you were trying to elicit, making sure that they are listening. So that is also very good. You were able to tell the story. That was also nice. You put together a few examples and you could tell the story. Probably what you could have done better or more is show a little bit more of enunciation or pronunciation, emphasis on the words. Otherwise, it's like one long sentence. So enunciate, avoid the fillers, like someone mentioned just now. Instead of fillers, you could actually just be silent and pause. So to be more emphatic, you could make use of the pauses at certain strategic points of the sentence. And the tone. Probably the tone also was too much on the same bandwidth. You could use more emphatic tones in various parts of the speech. Otherwise, thank you. Thank you, Anil.
So you are on mute, Anil sir.
Yeah, my apologies. Thank you, Nara, for your views. Before I invite the next speaker, somebody here who's got a name as ST. It'd be nice if you could share your full name, or you could show us your face so that we identify with you. Right. Okay, so our next speaker this evening is Radhika Ramakrishnan. Now, Radhika is a software engineer by profession and a happiness coach by passion. She has a decade of experience in the IT industry. There are different key areas of life that need to be balanced for one to be truly happy. She loves talking to people, helping them, and bringing the best in them. Founder of Happy You, Better You, on a mission to reach 1 million people and spread happiness. She's going to be speaking to us today on one mantra for a beautiful morning. All yours, Radhika.
Thank you so much for introducing me. Let me introduce you to two of my friends, Rats and Radhi. So both, they wear different hats throughout the day to balance the different key areas, to handle different things that is happening. So they both have a family, they both are working professionals. Now let's see how both of them start their day. Let's look at Radhi. The alarm rings. And then Radhi says this, "Oh my God, it's 8 o'clock. What do I have to do? I need to finish the report. I have a meeting. I need to cook. I need to sweep. Oh my God, what do I cook? Do I have to attend the meeting? Children's parents-teacher meeting? No, so many things. So stressful. I don't want to wake up. Is it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? How does it even matter? It's not a weekend. I don't want to wake up today. I just want to go back to bed." And there she goes. Stressful, isn't it? In this pandemic, when we have little help, or in fact, no help, it becomes stressful. This is Radhi's version. Now let's see how Rats wake up. The alarm rings, and there she goes. She sings a song. As soon as you wake up, thank the Almighty. Then you smile and start your day. Stretch your body Drink a glass of water, brush your teeth, drink your milk. I think this is something that she is teaching her son. And during this process, she started saying that. Sounds relaxing, isn't it? Very calm, peaceful. If you wake up with a smile, so nice. Both of them have millions of tasks to do. But you see the difference between Radhi and Rats? So starting your day the right way is very crucial, very important, as it sets the tone for rest of the day. Now imagine if Radhi's husband comes and says, "Oh dear, can you please make dosa for me instead of upma?" You think she will say, "Yes, my love, I'm gonna make dosa for you"? Really? You think that'll happen? I'm sure he's gonna get belted. God bless him. So, well, the point here, what I'm trying to say is it's very important to start the day the right way. And I'm sure here, most of us want to be like Rats, isn't it? We all want to make the best use of our day. Life is all about ups and downs. Not all days are going to be same. But how nicely you make use of it, how best you make use of it is what matters. So today, my dear friends, I'm going to share with you one powerful mantra that is gonna help you create beautiful mornings. This is something I've been following for decades and I've seen amazing results. So remember this, one powerful mantra: fill the gap in the morning. Fill the gap in the morning. G for gratitude, A for affirmations, P for plan. Expressing gratitude is one of the powerful way to transform your life, to look at life in a positive manner. Now, as soon as you wake up, thank the Almighty for giving you yet another beautiful day. Make the best use of it. Write one thing that you are thankful for. Just one thing. If you're finding it difficult, look around you. You will find 100 things. Let me share some examples. Thank you, Mommy, for preparing lunch for me. Thank you, Daddy, for picking me up. Thank you, washing machine. You make my work so easy. Thank you, my dear friend, for hearing me out. And so on. You can just go on and on. Make it a habit to just write one thing that you are thankful for. And before going to bed, thank the Almighty again for giving you superpowers so that you could deal your day in the best possible way. That's about gratitude. Moving on, affirmations. GAP. A for affirmations. If you want to convert your weakness to strength, then write affirmations. If you're someone who has fear talking to people, then the affirmation could be, I am a confident speaker. I'm a born speaker. How does that sound? I'm a born speaker. If you're someone who gets annoyed very easily, then the affirmation for you is, I'm calm, composed, and relaxed. I've been writing this affirmation for 3 months now, and I'm getting amazing results. I've become much calmer. I'm calm, composed, and relaxed. This helps me deal with any situation in a better way. You can convert your weakness into strength. Write one affirmation per day or write the same affirmation every day till you see transformation in yourself. But never underestimate it. It has its own magic. Moving on, P for plan. Now look at your notebook and see what are the top 3 important things that you wrote the night before. Why Rats is so calm and composed? That's because she planned a night before. She looked at her calendar, made sure she knows about all the appointments the next day. She made sure to write the top 3 important things that is necessary to carry on with her day. Eat That Frog, a book by Brian Tracy. That was a game changer for me. I also write 20 tasks, but then when I complete the top 3 tasks, right, it gives me immense satisfaction. So planning is very important. Failing to plan is planning to fail. So make sure to plan, and it'll be good if you do it night before. If not, make sure to do it first thing in the morning. Now imagine, my dear friends, if you fill the gap in the morning, then your mornings would be peaceful. You would wake up without any worries, without any stress. You know the layout. All you need is three things: a pen, a paper, and less than 10 minutes of your time. Less than 10 minutes. If these 10 minutes is gonna keep you energetic, enthusiastic, and stress-free throughout your day, why not invest it wisely? So fill the gap in the morning. This is Radhika Ramakrishnan, a software engineer by profession and happiness coach by passion. Thank you.
Thank you, Radhika. Nara, may we request you to
Yes,
be the
sure.
first one to.
Sure. Thank you. Wow, I thought that was very, very well done, Radhika. The tonality was excellent. I think you just continuously want to move. You were keeping us completely engaged. Lots of examples. Not only that, you have a lot of personal examples. It's not just examples from a book or something. Enunciation, pronunciation was fantastic. Very engaging. You were telling a story. The entire speech was a story. And reminders. That means when you're saying something and then you're, soon after that, you again what you said in a reminding sort of way. So gets people to remember what you spoke. It was very, very colorful. Nothing of fillers, etc. It was full content all the way. Your passion was just, ebullient. Thank you. Well done.
Kamal sir.
I fully agree with Nara. I think I had my eyes and ears glued to the screen. I think Nara has covered all the points. She's done. I mean, there is no. I find no point of correction that I can advise Radhika. I can only say, please keep this up. It's an excellent show. Thank you.
Kapil.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think Nara and Kamalji has said almost everything. I'll give only 3 sentences. One, great attempt, appreciated. Your tonality of voice was very vibrating, great. Only thing I would say that probably you spoke for lesser time than you were allocated. Now, having an opportunity to speak on a platform, ideally, you should be within 10% of your time on the lesser side. So if you're 10 minutes, you are ideally doing great if you were closing in 9 minutes. So that's the only point I would say. Otherwise, great fluctuation, everything great. Thank you. Great.
Gire Basin sir.
Fluctuation, everything great. Thank you.
Gire Basin sir.
I'm going to start with the opposite this time, and that is first, and then I'll give you the good points. So your biggest mistake is that you did not leave anything for the commentators to comment on. You must give them some chance and leave something to say that was not done well. It was absolutely wonderful. You did not. I was trying to find out, and I think Kapil found one very good reason that you didn't utilize your time. But frankly speaking, I had not even noticed that. And Radhika, it was very good. What I really want to tell everyone here, now take this as a role model to say that this girl was absolutely like in the center. I'm giving you some very technical points. Her frame was right? Very, very proper frame. Smile. Connected with the audience extremely well. Connection is where you feel that, yes, you are being swayed into the thing. And so therefore, I would say that there's nothing I can really give Radhika any advice. And that was just a little joke. To yaar, kuch to chhod do mere liye comment karne ke liye, tumne kuch choda hi nahi. Everything was so well covered. Just to, one thought that came to my mind was that when you are saying G and A and P, maybe I'll miss out. Maybe in the end you could have said, and now do you understand what is gap? You know, but say also, supposing you were to do this, and the first thing I'll talk to you is G. Okay, now you're not doing PowerPoint, but can you do this? And the second one is A, and then is your P. Just a little bit of a flavor that makes the entire thing. And do you think that with this visual, I will remember the gap better than I would do just by listening to you? Okay, thank you. I'm done.
Thank you, sir. So our next speaker this evening is squadron leader Vignesh. He's a serving Air Force officer who's planning to start his second innings by seeking a career in the coaching industry. He is a mechanical engineer and a postgraduate diploma in aeronautics engineering and general management. His subject this evening is why curiosity matters. All yours, Vignesh.
Thank you, sir, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. After listening to an inspiring talk by Radhika, now let me come to my topic, that is why curiosity matters. From the invention to the innovation, our civilization has progressed from zero to abundance. From inventing supercars to supercomputers, from spacecraft to a normal machinery, everything is connected by a common thread. The real reason for driving continuous advances in the field of technology and human science is a curiosity to explore the unknown. It is a curiosity that stimulates the thought process, to show interest, to acquire knowledge, and to drive passion for innovation and success. Now, let me give a wonderful quote by a world famous innovation and scientist. I have no special talents. I am only passionately curious. So, ladies and gentlemen, do you know who is the one who said this particular quote? It is Thomas Alva Edison. Let me come to this topic later. Now, let me give my personal experience first, because your personal experience talks more than others' experience. I'm a curious person. So once, when I was able to complete my 10 years of service in Defense Forces, my next question was, where should I head towards? I can get a better corporate career option. I can go and join an MNC company, definitely. But being curious made me realize that I should explore a little more. And what better way to find an association of people who can help me to deliver and explore my potential and become a successful coach. I met a retired colonel from Indian Army who opened my opportunities in the field of entrepreneurship. That was my first value addition, because I'm curious. And the second thing which happened was I started reading a lot of books, because right now I'm trying to be in the path of entrepreneur. So the first book which I started after becoming an entrepreneur is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And that was not just a book, it is a pure value addition and a life-changing experience. And because I'm a curious person, I started going to the YouTube and watch more videos on Napoleon Hill. And I came to know about a person called Bob Proctor. As you all know, Bob Proctor is running an institute called Procter and Gallagher Institute. And he is inspired by none other than Napoleon Hill. He is reading the book called Think and Grow Rich for last 60 years. And he has opened up his coaching institute in more than 60 countries. And once I did that, I didn't stop there. I got introduced to Brigadier Sushil Bashin through one of my connects. And that is where my curiosity to become a coach started more. And from there, right now, I'm sitting in front of you trying to deliver a very good lecture. And this is my first part of success. So all these things happen because I got curious. I don't want to travel the same path where my fellow officers travel. I don't want to go and join a defense, join an MNC. I want to take a path less traveled, maybe. So what are all the personal experiences and education which I got because of being curious? First thing is the power of association. If you're curious enough, you will have people to help you. You will get a good networking. And in 21st century, networking is one of the biggest opportunities, or I can say one of the biggest plus points in your life. Second thing is the power of positivity. I'm meeting a lot of positive people here. Third thing is growing your mindset. From being a fixed mindset person, I am able to grow myself and become a person with growth mindset. And another thing is curiosity triggers your imagination. And I am imagining my way to success. I'm looking for success. I am imagining success. And my paradigms are changing because I am working on my higher faculties of my mind. And curiosity triggers your imaginations, as I said. And imagination is one of your higher faculties of your mind. Right now, I'm not afraid of taking any step further, and I'm not afraid of failures because I'm curious. I need to know a lot of things in my life. I'm ready to take on failures, and I'm ready to just follow what my heart says. Now, coming back to the statement, I have no special talent. I am I'm only passionately curious. This was told by none other than Thomas Alva Edison. He has failed more than 10,000 times in his life doing various experiments. And finally, he had his time and he had the greatest innovation or invention, the incandescent lab. So this is one of the example of how a curious person should be. And a recent HBR study say that there is a relationship between or a link between intelligence, emotions, and curiosity. As we all know, intelligence take care of your problem solving techniques. Your emotions take care of your thought process and other emotion capabilities. And the third thing is curiosity. Curiosity helps you to drive you more hunger towards your goal. And it also generates more original ideas. And those original ideas gives you imaginations and creativity. Now, another importance of curiosity or another positives of curiosity is curiosity also sends a right message. It helps you to learn information in a better way and also helps you to communicate in a better way and take action in a right way. It helps you to ask right questions rather than pretending that you know it all. I would also like to quote here that from an HBR article, 65% of workforce nowadays felt they are unable to ask questions. So I can say safely that they are less curious, and 84% people indicated that employers encourage curiosity. They encourage curious people to come forward and give for suggestions. And 60% of people says that they are not able to communicate properly because they feel that they are inferior to the people who have employed them. So curiosity plays a major role in your life to go forward in your life, take action and reach your goal. I would also like to quote one famous quote from Anthony Robbins. Quality of life is directly proportional to the quality of friendship. So if people are curious, they show empathy, they offer advice, and they care for your happiness. This is where curiosity stands. Curiosity triggers imagination and innovation. Let us take an example of a famous person right now in 21st century, like Elon Musk. He is curious. He started with a company called Zip2. He moved on to imagine his way to success to open a company called Tesla, and right now he is planning to send people to Mars with the help of a company called SpaceX. You can see the imagination and curiosity drives a person to achieve a goal here. There are a lot of examples in our life where curiosity helps you to take action and reach your point of success. At last, I would like to give a small analogy. It's a very simple analogy.
Vignesh, you have 1 minute to go.
Right, sir. Just take an example of a child. A child is a curious soul. It goes to places, tries to understand each and everything, learn each and everything. Just take an example of a startup. Startup is a group of curious people trying to build an organization. They are curious, but just compare a startup or a child with a well-flourished organization. People are less curious. They don't want to take risk. They don't want to explore. That's why the organization which has grown and been there for 50 to 60 years are less curious and less ready to explore compared to a startup which is just full of life with full of curious people. So at last, I would like to conclude my speech by saying just one thing, that this is told by Eleanor Roosevelt. He said that I think a child's birth, if a mother would ask a fairy godmother to endow it with the most useful gift, that gift would be curiosity. That's it. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Vignesh.
Thank you, sir.
Kamal sir, may I request you to? Please unmute yourself.
Sorry. Very well done, Vignesh. Content was good. The well delivered. You were very comfortable and confident throughout. Now, points for correction. There was a time towards the end when you had the need to look at your script. Possibly you could have avoided. I mean, that was again very obvious. And then I don't think at the end of your presentation, this is my personal view, I may be wrong in this. I don't think at the end of the presentation, your takeaways were clearly defined. That one sentence, which was the basic topic, but if there was any other takeaway allied to it or as a corollary to it, I don't think it was very well defined. The use of word and another was rather too frequent and noticeable. Besides this, I've already told you it was very well done. Thank you.
Kapil, please.
Yeah. Thank you. As rightly said, first of all, very much appreciate the initiative. It was a wonderful topic. Curiosity is one of the key elements. So very well chosen topic, very well established. I think only thing I would say is that you could have landed much more strongly at the closer. That would have created a bigger impact. So that's the only word I would say, because it's probably a matter of practice also, because you were already exceeding time, you did cut it short. So your closer was not as impactful as it could have been. So that's the only feedback I'll give. Thank you.
Tara, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Anil. Well done, Vignesh. I think it was nicely done. You had a very good topic. I would say that you were very clear. You were speaking very clearly. The tone was good. You're also trying to engage the audience. That was also good. I saw that your content was solid. It was really very rich, and in fact, perhaps it was too heavy. On the minus side, I would just say that it was good but heavy. For that particular topic, probably the content could have been diluted a little bit. And the other negative, I would say there were just many stories. Many stories is good, but too many stories is not. So there were too many stories, too many quotations, and somewhere along the line, people can get lost. They move away from the topic, the real topic about the curiosity that you actually want to say. And the last point I would say is that fluency was lacking a little bit. Maybe the sentences were a little bit short, and then there was too much of a pause. I also noticed that body language, perhaps you are resting, and being resting, that you were not able to bring out your body language to be in sync with what you were speaking. And finally, when we are speaking, again, I don't want to take this as a personal or a negative, but maybe the body language, the shaking of the head, when we are speaking to somebody in a different scenario, it is different from standing on the podium at the podium and speaking. So try to restrict too much of a movement, but you do need to have a body language. Also, you are facing at another angle. You are not facing the audience. So imagine if this was a scenario where you are on stage and speaking to the audience, you would actually be looking to the left, to the right, at the center, etc. So these were some of the points that I thought you just take it as some feedback. Thank you.
Take the machine, sir.
I realize that there's a big disadvantage of coming in the end because all the points which you wanted to say, whatever I've written has almost been covered. You picked up a good topic. And, when you pick up a topic, also look at what I told you last time also, what do you want the audience to think, feel, and do after this? So, if you really look at it, I don't know what you were trying to get at. For me, it came like a good general knowledge experience. Yeah, that you know what is curiosity. Maybe there were a couple of quotes and all which were impressive. But beyond that, like what Kapil also said, there was no landing. I mean, like if I have to look back and say, what am I taking away from here? What is it that I will start doing something about? Okay. Like for example, in Radhika's case, I must start with something like gratitude. Am I journaling or not? Do I say my affirmations or not? Now, see, I can, because of the gap, I remember the three things. I know what she said is landed. It has landed very well. But in your case, I don't know if anyone was to really gain anything out of it. So that is one thing you can look at. It is not just to, if you are practicing just for your speaking, it's fine. But for the audience to gain something, you must have a purpose of what you select your topic, which will leave an impact. Impact, you must speak for impact. There has to be an impact. There has to be something that you want to deliver, which should benefit your audience and make them do something. And you should be very clear about, as I said, what do you want the audience to think, feel, and do after your talk. Overall, yeah, it was good. I mean, I'm not denying that, but I'm saying, look at these couple of things. One thing, I didn't know that somebody would really pick it up, but I think Kamal picked it up, or maybe was it Nara? This movement of your neck. It was like this. And your hand gestures, I could see one of your hands was moving once in a while, but you have to see that your hands move in this. When you're online, practice that what level are your hands coming. Maybe you have to adjust your laptop according to that your frame is all right. Also, your background. Even now, if you see half of the cupboard, half of the wall. So I do a lot of things to see that, okay, if I do this much, my curtain comes. No, I don't want that. So I have to move around and see that I create a frame, and then am I in the center? And you were on one side. You were something like this. Even now you're not in the center. So center, proper background, lighting and all. Of course, lighting was good. Sound is good. No problem on that score. Another thing that I would say is very minor ones, of course, but like what Kamal also said in one of the earlier ones, that very minor ones. Yeah, you have to, here the feedback should be, give all those minor things also. And I would suggest to all of you that if you notice something which has been missed out by us, do a favor to this person and write on a DM, write a personal message on WhatsApp to Vignesh, to Radhika, and say, and to Rahul, say, you could have done this better, or this word was not correctly pronounced, or this word was not the appropriate word. Can I suggest you a better word? Not that it was wrong, but you may find something which could have created better impact. So the word is encourage, and you were saying something like encourage. A lot of people say that, encourage. No, it is encourage. The emphasis on ka. It is, I don't know how you said it, I can't repeat that, but it is analogy. Analogy. Okay, these two words I found were not really correctly pronounced. And these is very easy on Google. You just go for any word that you're not clear about, and there's a loudspeaker there, and you can get to listen to the. You see, earlier they were all commas and all. I mean, as a kid, I used to go to the dictionary. My teacher taught me. I still could not understand what the correct pronunciation was. But today, Google makes it possible. Abbreviations. How many of you, please raise your hands, how many of you know what is HBR? Please raise your hands if you know what is HBR. Aditya knows, Kamal knows 2, Vijay knows 3, Kapil knows 4, Nara knows 5. Out of 22 people, I know 6, maybe he knows 7. When you're using an abbreviation which is not a universal abbreviation, okay, or even an abbreviation like NDA, whether it is the government, whether it is the National Defense Academy, where it can be confused with 1 or 2 things, try and use at least once, say Harvard Business Review, and then next time you can say HBR. So any abbreviation, you should be very sure. Or let's say you're talking in a forum like this and you say TTOT. Yes, everyone knows, because we all belong to a category where people know that abbreviation. So be a little careful about use of abbreviations. Overall, I would rate it as a good talk. It was quite good and it was well delivered. Confidence was high, very high confidence. Energy management also could have been better. It was flattish. Radhika, I remember that in your case also, it was high energy throughout. You have to bring it down also sometimes. And what do you do in the morning? Gratitude. Bring your volume down somewhere and then take it up. So energy management should not be like flat. Whether it's too high through and through, it's too low, or it's mediocre. It should not be flat. It should be a wave going up and down. It catches, it is more receptible. Thank you, and I'm done.
Well, the last speaker for this evening is Commander Prabha Lal, a naval veteran, an astute military professional with over 16 years of experience in education, training, administration, and management. She is now a speaker, trainer, and coach with a mission to help people change their lives by improving their soft skills, happiness, productivity, and awesomeness. She's going to speak to us today on adaptability, name of the new game. Over to you, Prabha.
Thank you so much, sir, for the introduction. How many of you are now using Nokia mobile? Can we have a show of hands? How many of you are not using Nokia mobile? Wow. How many of you are using Orkut? Okay, good. Okay. How many of you are using Yahoo as a search engine right now? Yes. So what I'm trying to say is like Yahoo. It was given an opportunity by Google to being taken over. It did not. Where do we see Google right now? Everybody use Google these days. Yahoo is gone. Are we using Kodak right now? No, we all have moved to the digital cameras. Blockbusters, it started way back in 1985, has been taken over by Netflix. Blockbuster filed a bankruptcy in the year 2000. We all evolve. We all adapt. Change. These words by Benjamin Franklin has been echoing into my ears since childhood. Change is the only thing which is constant in life. Ladies and gentlemen, each of us, whether we are individuals, group, or even the government, we are forced to grapple the change to survive or thrive. This change is very important. How do we change? Charles Darwin has said, it is not the person who is intelligent or the fittest who will survive, but it is the person who is the most adaptable. What is this adaptability? We are sitting here right now. We all have adapted. You see the situation, current pandemic one, the kids have graduated from the normal mode of education to the digital platform. Look at us today. We were not that tech savvy, but today we all are seeing, talking to each other on a Zoom platform. On the personal front or on the professional front, each day we need to adapt with the changing situations. You can see like cryptocurrency, the government may be thinking about introducing cryptocurrency in the near future. In a personal life also, let's take the example of marriage. Being a husband and a wife, in our daily life, we need to adapt with each other's needs, behaviors, emotions, attitude. When I was married, I used to have a cup of tea with only half teaspoon of sugar. And imagine being married to a person who has a cup full of tea with khada chammach sugar. So I also adapted. Some things I adapted, some things he adapted, and that is how life moves on. So what I am saying that this adaptability is a very important factor in the current situation. We need to up our adaptability quotient. LinkedIn also finds adaptability as one of the top 5 skills to survive in the corporate sector. This adaptability quotient is really very important. It is just like if you're stuck in a storm, you need to adjust the sails. You can't just keep the sail at the same place. So what is this adaptability? We have to improve AQ. How? We need to tap on the inner resources. Now, this inner resources, what are those? Something which is within us, which is in our control. I feel there are 5 inner resources. 1, purpose. Now, what is this purpose? Your purpose should be clear to you. You should have a very strong, valid reason and a purpose. Winston Churchill has said that you will not reach your destination if you stop and start throwing stones at each of the barking dogs. Move ahead. Go towards your purpose. The other speaker also mentioned about Elon Musk. He has a purpose in life to reduce the carbon emissions. And that is why he is making electric cars. Even though Tesla is not making that much of profit, but it is having more worth in the market than Ford Motors or any other vehicle company. The second thing for inner resource is resilience. It's very important to stand up if you fail. Fall 7 times, it is said, but get up the 8th time. You need to be resilient in your approach. The third thing is growth mindset. Ask questions, be inquisitive. The fourth thing is hope. And last is embrace change. Be ready to accept it. So how do we go about scaling up our adaptability quotient? These were the inner resources. I would say there are 5 ways in which you can scale up your AQ in a daily life. Ask questions. What if? Be ready to explore. Be open. The third one is unlearn, relearn. It could be as simple as, let's say, you brush your teeth with your right hand in the morning. Start using your left hand. Initially, you will find it difficult, but with practice, you can take over that. So, unlearn, relearn. Set short-term goals. Revisit your goals often. And be comfortable being uncomfortable. Move from your comfort zone to your learning zone. It's very important.
Prabha, you have 1 minute to go.
So, look for opportunities and possibilities in adversities, because life isn't about just waiting for the storm to pass. It is all about learning to dance in the rain. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sir, would you like to go first? Bring the procedure.
Okay. Prabha, what was the subject?
Adaptability.
Okay, because it took me quite some time to understand, is it adaptability quotient? Is it change? Because first, for quite some time, you're talking about change. I couldn't really, I couldn't get the sense. So what was very good about the thing was very good confidence, very good delivery. Everything was very nice. But somewhere I feel the overall, again, and talking about the structure of the thing, the landing, the message, your key message, that came in very, very late. And it you know, the main adaptability that you spoke of was come somewhere towards the end. I really kept wondering whether the subject is change management or is it adaptability. I don't know whether I missed out. Maybe that you said something in the beginning which I missed out. But was it anywhere that you explained that you're going to be talking on adaptability? So either you say it or it is implied in a way that people get to know within the first, see, in a 10 minutes talk, within the first 1 minute, you should at least be clear to your audience of what they can expect from them. And sometimes, we also say that in the next 10 minutes, what if I make you aware of the advantages of adaptability? How many of you would like to learn adaptability in 10 minutes? Okay, or like if we go in MMI, they normally say, how many of you like to earn money? People raise hands. And they say, what if I was to tell you that in the next 1 day, 2 days, you will not only be able to earn money, sorry, how many of you love to live a life that you want to? And what if we tell you how to, in 2 days time, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little mixed up. Yeah. How many of you would like if in 2 days time, you not only learn how to live a life of your passion, but earn money living that passion? So that means you've set a little expectation that, okay, what can I start looking out for? And if the audience is interested in that subject, they start paying attention because they know what is coming. I was a little uncertain till the end as to what I'm looking forward to. That is one main thing. Little things that, of course, we want to bring about was sometimes your pauses were not there where they were required. When you use that sentence, when I was married, I mean, it came as a flow from the previous sentence, whatever it was. And I was wondering, what does it have to do with marriage? So there had to be a pause there and say, when, and you said, when I was married. No, when I got married. When I was married, you're still married. Even now you were married. So when I got married, because you're talking of the time when you got married. Okay. So somewhere that correct use of language. There was one more thing. Just a second. I know where I scribbled that. Words has. I don't know what your sentence was. Where it should have been words have. The impact that words has. Words has. That came together. So words have. Maybe it was a slip of tongue, but that is what it sounded. So these are a couple of small things that you can use and uses. When you said somewhere use, you meant uses. I don't remember that sentence right now. You could listen to the recording and see if those things matter. Rest, everything was good. Overall impact was good. I would say it was a good attempt with these little minor things to be corrected. One thing for all 4 of you is, I think, look at the structure a little better. Because 10 minutes means the most important thing is structure. It is important elsewhere also, but elsewhere, if you have a 2 hours talk, there's enough time to make up and maneuver. 10 minutes, there's no time. So 10 minutes, you have to be very focused and you have to be very deliberate. That is why a 10-minute speech is much more difficult than a 2-hour speech. Thank you. I've finished.
Kapil, please.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. I think Brigadier Saab has already given most of the feedback. And this is so fine-tuned, I can't express more than that. So I only say thank you because you made an attempt, you took an initiative, you spoke. And once you spoke, you got a feedback. And when you get a feedback, certainly you'll be much better going forward. So welcome. Thank you for the initiative and all the best wishes. Thank you.
Nara, please.
Yes, Anil, thank you. I like that speech also just now, Prabha. It was nice. A few comments, if I may. So the when you started off the topic, you started off the speech itself. Sometimes we feel we want to set a context. So you tried to set the context by asking about the Nokia and the other, you had actually 4 questions perhaps. But when we speak to someone, then when we get the answer, when we ask the question, we almost got to think about what the answer is going to be, because you already know the answer what they're going to give. But your answers, which you receive, were all the no. How many of you are using the Nokia? So we already know that most are not going to be using the Nokia. So you're actually getting people to answer in the no. So it's preferable to ask the question which is going to give you a yes. Then you get people to be engaged into the whole discussion. And also, worst case scenario, if very few people put up their hands, that means it becomes like no. So you're not getting the interaction which you desire. So you are trying to set a context perhaps. And that's one. So think about what exactly is going to be the phrase of the question. So which means how many of you yes and how many of you no. And choice of questions that that you ask, okay, whether they all are leading up to your title. Energy was strong, and maybe what would be better would be energy flow. So we have a standard form of energy, and you are strong. You're a very strong, eloquent. So you also want to modulate. Examples. You brought up your prop. That was very interesting. There was a bright spark, perhaps in the talk. The color. You added color, and you actually added it at the end. Learning to dance in the rain. So perhaps you could actually add more color throughout, and you just intersperse it with more color. And again, here is a challenge when we are speaking online. If you are speaking in a room, you want to make eye contact with people, with your audience. So when here there's a challenge. You can only view 25 people on the screen. So you want to find a way to actually make eye contact. If it's possible, you can actually speak to people and look at them and talk to them and engage. So that's something for us all to experiment with. Thank you. Thank you, Anil.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much. It's been a very interesting session. I want to emphasize once again what the mentors have already said. And this is for, firstly, our galaxy of stars for next Tuesday are Kapil Chabra, Saurabh Chaudhary, Jitender Mato, and Alva Jadhav. I think they're all present here. So goes for you message that the mentors would be commenting on aspects like your theme, your selection of theme, your content, then your body language, and your confidence. So do keep these in mind, because these are very essential when you are doing any kind of public speaking. Basin sir, would you like to add anything before we conclude?
No, thank you. I find that the sessions are improving, and next Tuesday I would like to see the 4 speakers who come up take cognizance of what was done last time, what has been done this time, so that we can see constant improvement, because it is very, very important that each one of us carry some lessons home from everyone else's speech as well. You don't have to be getting feedback only on your speech. And Nara, I'm very happy the way these 2 things that you brought out were very good. One was a context. Yes, those were very, very relevant things. And the second one was, I think you spoke about the props, which I'd written and I missed out. That was a good idea. Prop, somewhere when you bring about a prop and bring about a change is good. Yeah. And no, there were a lot of positives in Prabha's thing also, but I thought, let me focus on the thing that she needs to improve on. Okay, thank you so much. I think we are done. And we are done exactly at 10 p.m.
ताकि एक गेम है, आपने ना एक नंबर चूज करना है 1 और 2 में से. तो अगर आप लकी हुए तो आपको 50 यूरो मिलेंगे. अगर अनलकी हुए तो आज आप घर के काम करेंगे.
Kapil sir.
चलिए जल्दी से चूज करें. 1 और 2 में. हाँ, जल्दी से. 1. कैसा लग रहा है फिर साकी? जल्दी करें फिर अभी सफाई भी करनी है.
Kapilji,
Who is there?
I think it was Kapil's audio.
Oh my God.
That will not be mine.
Oh my God. Who is there?
Yeah.
I thought there was a game being played and I was
Yeah.
looking what's happening.
That was very mesmerizing.
I was waiting for my lottery to come.
It was my turn.
Thank you very much, everyone.